Good evening from San Ignacio Tong with your 9 o'clock news. I am Geron Funes. In the headlines, new direct air service between Belize and Panama to begin in December. Police investigate homicide in Belize City, and a new insurance fee caused major problems for students at the University of Belize. Stay tuned for details of these stories and other stories coming up after these messages. Here now is the news in details. Copa Airlines will begin offering 2 weekly direct flights between Belize and Panama starting on December 8th. The announcement was made this morning during a press conference in Belize City. The new service to Belize is part of Copa Airlines' expansion of its route to 31 countries in the Africans and Caribbean. Belize is the 7th destination added to Copa Airlines route in Central America. According to an official press statement announcing the new air service to Belize, Copa Airlines flight CM812 will depart the Philip Goldson International Airport at 2:17 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. It will be an 2-hour and 20 minutes flight, landing at the Tocom International Airport in Panama City at 5:34 p.m. local time. The return flight from the hub de las Americas in Panama City, Panama, is scheduled for departure on Tuesdays and Fridays at 11:29 a.m., landing at the Philip Goldson International Airport at 12:52 p.m. local time. The air plans on utilizing a modern Embraer 190 aircraft with capacity for 94 passengers, 10 in executive class and 84 in the main cabin. Police in Belize City has launched a manhunt for an Honduran national following the discovery of the body of a woman early this morning. Acting upon information received, police went to the number 4533 Morning Glory Street, where they found the body of 21-year-old Marilyn Elizabeth Herrera Mejia in one of the rooms of the house. According to police reports, Herrera's body had 2 large cut wounds, one in the neck and the other behind the left ear. Police say that the person on interest is in this homicide investigation is Herrera's estranged common-law husband, Ulises Manuel Majorca. A motive for the murder has not been determined, but police suspect that it may be result of a domestic dispute. Investigations continues. Students of the University of Belize are hopping mad and full fury of their anger is aimed squarely at the decision by the country's National University of implement as for the $5 insurance fee. Students are complaining that the insurance fee is being sprung upon them, and a notice put out by the University of Belize makes it clear that the fee is mandatory being the new academic year in August, and that the students who do not pay into the insurance scheme not be allowed to complete their registration. There is very little else known about this new UB insurance program except that it is named the UB Black Jaguars Accident Protection Policy, and it is being offered through the Insurance Corporation of Belize. UB's Public Relations Office has been on reach for comments on the new accident insurance policy to respond to concerns for the students. In the meantime, UB students continue to lighten up social media, railing against the new insurance fee, which is being sprung on them on their eve of the commencement of the new academic year. The UB notice makes it clear that 45 fees is to be paid in fully, and students are saying that it is an additional burden on their already tight education budget. We'll keep following the story. Members of Pomona 4-H Youth Development Club continue to plan activities for young people in the area. Club meet on Tuesdays this week and discuss upcoming events, other issues relating to the club. According to a post on Facebook, the leaders heard from the attendees on summer camps held at the 4-H Center in Belmopan. They also list to an account given by one of the youth who responded the club at last Saturday annual general meeting in Belize City. The Pomona 4-H Club is one of the 8 that is currently in operation around the country, and there are plans to encourage more young people to form 4-H clubs in other parts of the country in coming months. The Toledo Institute for Development and the Environment, TIDE, continues to assist in the conservation efforts and the sustainable uses of our marine resources. The organization this week reported that lobster fishers of the Part Honduras Marine Reserve has benefited from training in using alternative methods of catching lobster. With support from TIDE, the lobster fishers were able to complete the process of building new lobster sheds based on training fellow fishers in Punta Allen, Mexico. According to TIDE, spiny lobster love shelters and the covered structure attract them as well as baited traps. But the added benefit of these casitas, they are known in that once in the water, they require minimal maintenance and are easy to monitor. The casitas also provide shade and habitat for the lobsters and as a nursery. Additionally, they have minimal impact on habitat and coral reefs. TIDE says that traditional traps can drag along the sea floor, disturbing habitats, and even crash against reef during storms. But the casitas made from sustainable materials stay in place on the sea floor, and fishers can more readily fish legal size lobster. TIDE says it is happy to support such efforts, contributing to yields for fishers and of the sustainable of the industry. You are watching the 9 o'clock news. Stay tuned for more on these stories right after these messages. The news continues. The Pan American Development Foundation has donated clinical care kits for care of patients with Ebola virus disease to the Ministry of Health. The donation with the cooperation of Republic of China, Taiwan is part of large regional efforts designed to help countries prepare for and control of potential outbreak of Ebola. According to an official release, the project is in direct response to a request from U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and other world leaders for increased international cooperation to better address the potential threat posed by Ebola. Worldwide and in Americas, the official release says that in the event of Ebola outbreaks, the equipment can be quickly deployed to hospitals and other facilities to protect medical personnel as they treat patients. Each kit contains personal protective items that meet in regional standards of International Health Organization, including gowns, goggles, respirators, masks, gloves, biohazard bags, aprons, and other essential gears. According to international health experts, quick access to such equipment is an essential to prevent the spread of the virus. At the handover of the donation, the ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Benjamin Hui, pledged the commitment of his country to emergency preparedness in the American and to the previous of assistance meets higher priority local needs that can ultimately save many lives. Executive Director of Pan American Development Foundation, John Sambrio, has expressed gratitude to Taiwan for facilitating the project to help the region in its regardless to respond to the deadly Ebola virus. As we reported on Tuesday, the Pan American Development Foundation is also involved in another project funded by Taiwan, this being 13-month-long community preparedness and resiliency project to help preparing and protect vulnerable population in Dangriatown and Hopkins for extreme weather and the effects of climate change. The Secretary General of the Organization of American States, Luis Almagro, today presented the Permanent Council the consolation of the report that he received from the recent mission of the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and has proposal of the new organization structure for the OAS. For more on the story, here is the OSTV. OAS. The presentation of the report by Secretary General Almagro was done during the regular meeting of the OAS Permanent Council today in Simeon Bolivar Hall of the headquarters of the organization in Washington, D.C. The news on the national channel. A slight increase in moisture is expected in 24 hours a week. Tropical waves across the country. The general forecast for Belize, here coastal waters, is for skies to be cloudy at times tonight. Tomorrow will be sunny with some cloudy spells, and increase in showers is expected in the south and along the coast tonight and tomorrow morning. Winds over the open seas and along the coast will be easterly at 10 to 20 knots. The sea state will be choppy to moderate. Low temperature tonight will be around 78 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 73 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 73 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. High temperatures on Thursday will range from 88 degrees Fahrenheit along coastal areas to 95 degrees Fahrenheit inland. It will be a warm 82 degrees Fahrenheit up at the exposed area of Mountain Pine Ridge and along Maya Mountains in the south. The tides and high tides is now occurring. This will be followed by a low tide at 17 minutes past 2 o'clock in the morning. The sun will rise at 5:30 tomorrow morning. It will set at 27 minutes past 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. The extended forecast valid through to Friday is from some cloudy spells with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, mostly inland tomorrow after, and then becoming general isolated on Thursday night and Friday morning. And that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecast Michael Gentle at the Belize Weather Bureau. Tropical update. To finalize this news, here are the main points again. News direct air service between Belize and Panama to begin in December. Police investigate homicide in Belize City, and a new insurance fee caused major problems for students at the University of Belize. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Jeron Funes. Have a good evening and a good night.